They look pretty medieval, do the buildings at the other side though. I can't complain about modern development. Hogging the riverside. I've never seen that before. The building of the Yorkshire Herald. I think that's there's a cinema along here. It's a lovely little cinema, quite expensive. Forget the name of it, but it's. I went once in lockdown, just after the cinemas reopened, and I was absolutely desperate to get out. The Reason Why I Jump, it's called. It was a beautiful movie, and there was the two of us and another lady who sat at opposite sides. And it was very moving. It covered the stories of three children, young adults in various places of the world, and how they're treated because of autism and the advances that's been made in helping them to verbalise their thoughts. Well, that only struck once, it can't be 1 o'clock. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's right, 11 o'clock sounds okay. So the Ouse Bridge, I think I'll tell you about it from here. Save don't know what this building is on the right. Is it a hotel? That looks like it, yeah. Panda Mummy. Right. Whatever. So, the Ouse Bridge. Pretty much the most historical bridge in York. There's been a bridge at or near this site since Roman times. That bridge was replaced by a wooden Viking structure which collapsed in 1154 due to the large numbers of people that were on it at the time. It was replaced soon after by a stone structure that was itself partly washed away by the winter floods of 1564-65. The repaired bridge of 1565 had a central arch of 81 feet and various buildings on it, including a chapel, a jail, houses and shops. This was replaced by the new Ouse Bridge, bearing in mind, Ouse Bridge, completed in 1821. I'm convinced I'm going to lose these notes. So 2 more to go. We're on our way to Skeldergate Bridge. Did I say bridge number 4? And I think we'll cross here and go down the other bank. I think this takes you up to Micklegate. Let's cross over. Micklegate's up that way. Skeldergate Bridge there in the distance. And just wanted to show you that. Somebody's done well to get up there, haven't they? Anyhow, I don't know if I said I meant to do. It's got a second river, the River Foss, and that actually it's a much smaller river. We're going to see where it joins the River Ouse, and that has 18 bridges and passages crossing it. So there's another project. That seems to be the trouble with YouTube. The more you do, the more ideas you come up with. I used to occasionally wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning thinking about stuff. Now I wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning every day thinking about stuff. Geese. I wonder if it's ever reached 23. Blimey, I might do, because if you look at the buildings at the other side, how high they are in comparison, they're not far off, are they? And this is the pub this is King's Snaith that we're on, and this is the pub that famously floods. And if you go inside, there's a marker inside. The King's Arms at its floodgate, as always. 98. Noisy out there on the beach at the other side. Anyhow, let's press on.
Yeah. So Jane is the winner.
So there were quays at both sides here, and the tall-masted ships would sail as far as here up the bridge, because the next bridge that we're going to, it did actually have a mechanism for opening it, so the ships could come in and get through to these quays. But I love this part around here. But again, I mean, in the summer it's absolutely rammed. I really have no idea how far the Millennium Bridge is from Skeldergate Bridge. As you can see, the Millennium Bridge, Ouse Bridge and Skeldergate are all in pretty quick succession. But I don't really know how far it is down to the Millennium Bridge. Police station used to be up up here. I think it was there, I don't know if it still is. I guess it's not because they've closed them all down everywhere, haven't they? Say this every time I come. I think I'm going to treat myself to lunch somewhere, but I'm going to stop for a cup of tea though from my flask. They say make what you enjoy. Well, I was really excited about making this. And I don't mean this in as much as it's a great video because it's made well. It's not. It's made how I make all mine on the hoof. But it's a very interesting video. Iron bridges, what's not to like? So could this be the one? Is there going to be 20, 30,000 people that are as interested in bridges in York as me? I don't know. Again, there's no riverside path on the other side, so that idea of mine for walking like a figure of 8 isn't going to happen. But the name of the bar there, Bonding Warehouse, gives you a clue. Blimey! So what? Blimey! £40. I suppose if there's 4 or 5 of you. Clifford's Tower just there, the Auction Museum just there, and as I say, so this is a very interesting bridge. Skeldergate Bridge, Millennium Bridge. It's quite a walk, isn't it? Oh yeah, it's there. Okay. So Skeldergate Bridge, bridge number 5. It's on the site of a former ferry crossing. An Act of Parliament was passed to build the bridge when the ferry became too busy. They did a survey at the time and up to 800 people per day was using it. It was built between 1878 and 1881. The small arch to the east, which is this one here, as you can see, it opened to let the tall-masted ships through to the quays at the other side where we've just walked. We've just seen the house here. Where the engine was that powered the opening. That building that's again now a cafe also served as the toll house and accommodation for the keeper and his family. That was last opened, this was last opened in 1975 and the machinery was then removed. The bridge has been toll free since 1914. So I know we haven't crossed this one yet, but we'll cross it on the way back, eh? As soon as we're on this footpath, we'll head down this way. Seems to be as we've got further down the river, the breeze seems to be getting stronger. Shout out when you can see it. I've got plenty of walking left in me, but I don't want now the bulk of the video to be just trekking along to this footbridge. Wow, they're lovely, aren't they? Old barges. These are those £40 an hour cruise boats. I'm not sure if this is a path often travelled that I'm now on. Wouldn't be a day out, would it, if I didn't get lost. At least once. That's a beauty, that one, isn't it? Again, uncharted territory for this intrepid traveller. I've never been down here before, but again, as with going north, you very, very quickly get away from all the manic centre. It gets very wide here, the river. I think this is where the Foss meets it, though, if I'm not mistaken. Which is controlled as a... Is the river here tidal? I think it is. And there's a barrage here to stop the Foss being tidal. The River Foss there, we'll do that on another video. And the barrage there. Let's keep the water out. Stop it flooding the town. Nice picture there. I never saw any public toilets. Oh, well, we've done one of the Foss bridges. Anyway, let's press on. So as I say, I don't really know how far this bridge is It was about 2 inches on the map, so I don't know how far that is. But I'll get back to you when we get a bit closer. I can see it. So yeah, so guys, a very doable walk if you've got average fitness, which is all I have. A very doable walk, and apart from Millennium Bridge and maybe Ouse Bridge, you see York from a totally different perspective. This is nice down here, isn't it? Blooming riverfront houses, no roads. So yeah, I'd recommend it. Look at these. Wow. What would they be then? Like £1 million or something, or more, for a house. Not sure what this is. Any ideas? Let me know. It smells. Oh, the piking well. Several wells existed along this stretch of the river. In 1740, New Walk was extended from Blue Bridge past Piking Well. In 1749, the Corporation of York agreed to contract with proper workmen for the making of an handsome fountain at Piking Well. A well house was built in 1752 to the designs of John Carr, who later became Yorkshire's most notable Georgian architect. In 1858, a rebuilding of this well house was carried out by Thomas Pickersgill, the city surveyor. The structure is now listed Grade 2. Water from the well was thought to have medical qualities, particularly in the treatment of sore eyes. The Piking Well was restored in the year 2000 as part of the Millennium Bridge project. So there you go, guys. This is the channel. Tell all your friends. You learn some stuff occasionally, but a lot of the time just get to listen to me. But surely this has got to be worth 10,000 views, this video. Got to be. Let's get off the main path. Well, this is glorious down here though. Absolutely glorious. It'd be lovely on a sunny day. So yeah, there's going to be the Leeds Outer Ring Road, New York Outer Ring Road walk, the Foss bridges and Ginnels, the Foss bridges and passageway walk, and the Selby to York cycleway that I'm going to walk. But the only thing is, I think it's about 18 miles, so I haven't quite worked out how I'm going to do that yet. Fabulous bracket fungus, which isn't a good sign for the tree, I'm afraid to say. Tree number 2495 looks as if it might be struggling a bit. That was it. Yeah, I think they've anticipated it because they've planted some new ones. Wow. I wonder how much these are. I really do. More than I can afford. That's a fact. I was trying to film that tree when I just fell down a hole. I think that's the Rowntree factory in the distance. It must be, given that Rowntree Park is on the other side. The chocolate factory and the Millennium Bridge there. And I'm going to have to put another layer on because it's freezing again. What's that place there? Anybody know? Modern building, other side of the flood defences. I don't actually quite know where I am now in relation to. Oh, that's Fulford at the other side of here, isn't it? So, no idea what that is. Glad to see they've left this stump. I said it in other videos, they're really good for birds, owls, nesting them, insects nesting them. It's always good to strip it and oh, is this? Might as well tell you about the the bridge while I'm here. I think that's a sign for this railway. Saved me the work, won't it? It was here. The other side of where we are is Fulford Barracks, and this narrow gauge railway carried ammunition into the army depot behind this wall from the 1890s until the 1950s, delivered by a powder boat from the Woolwich Arsenal in London. How cool is that? And so this was the barracks. I'm not sure if it still is. Although the Fulford Barracks does still exist, and that's where the headquarters of the North Yorkshire Police in York are based. There you go. It was quite busy, so I'll get this out of the way. The Millennium Bridge was built to a competition-winning design by Whitley, Bird and Partners. It was opened on the 10th of April 2001. It is for pedestrians and cyclists and links Fulford to the South Bank area. That's the opposite bank to where we are. It says on Wikipedia it's used as a meeting place for locals, with a waist-high shelf spanning the structure, allowing people to sit. The riverside paths here regularly flood, but not the bridge. Apparently there are signs up locally that says the bridge is still accessible, but you might need your wellies. There was a ferry here until the 1950s, and as I've said, supplies to Fulford Barracks were brought along the little railway. So again, going south from here now, we'd get to the A64 road bridge, and then beyond that the Naburn Railway Bridge that's on the Selby to York cycle path. That was built in 1871, and it's, as I say, it's probably something we'll cover in a later video. I just put another layer on because it has got quite cold now. The Friends of New Walk. Which is Blue Bridge then? Help me out here, guys. Is Blue Bridge the one back, the one that goes over the Foss? Maybe so. Maybe so. Anyhow, it feels like it's time to be leaving York, because even down here it is now getting well and truly rammed. I'm sure what time the park and rides start. I'll have to see what time the first buses are. But then if you come at like 6 or 7, I suppose it won't be too bad then. And then 8 o'clock you've got everybody going to work, haven't you? So I think sort of 9ish, half 8, 9 o'clock is okay. It's just like all of the modern footbridges, isn't it? Not much of a muchness really. It's like they get them out of a pack. And more of that. Ings. 1 mile to the university, 1 mile to the city centre, half a mile to the south bank, and 1 mile to Fulford. And about 16 or 17 miles to Selby. That's nice though. Oh, I see. These are the. This is the. I like the seating area. That's a good idea, really. And then I think the Bishop's Palace for the Archbishop of York is just a little bit further down. And something called Rowntree Park is round here, which I've never been to. So there you go, guys. Bridge number 6 on the 6 bridges of New York. I thought of putting that in the title. New York Bridges and Old York Bridges. I thought if something started off with New York Bridges, it might do quite well with that flipping YouTube algorithm that seems to have forgotten who I am in recent weeks. That's a smashing bridge, isn't it? Even though I did say it looked like it had come out of a pack. The Millennium Bridge is the first permanent bridge on this site. A temporary Bailey Bridge was erected in July 1955 during the York Tattoo. For over a century, a ferry service operated upstream of the bridge from Newark to Clementhorpe military stores, from New York to Clementhorpe, military stores were unloaded at an ordnance wharf built in 1888 and taken to the Army Depot in Hospital Fields Road on a narrow gauge railway, a small section of which is still visible at the southern end of Newark. Explosives were brought in the schooner Princess, known locally as the Powder Boat. In 1996, a competition amongst local school children considered possible methods for a crossing at this point, and the inspiration for the Millennium Bridge was conceived. There you go then, guys. Bridge number 6. Let's head back to the railway station. Oh, this is pleasant, isn't it? I think this is why I like living in cities. There's always somewhere to go. Even on wet, cold, windy winter days, you could go for a lovely walk in an area like this. I think this is Rowntree Park. There were great philanthropists, weren't there, some of the Victorians. I will come back to Rowntree Park gates. Was given to the corporations and citizens. Rowntree Park was given to the corporations and citizens of York in 1921 by Rowntree and Company Limited as a perpetual memorial to those members of the Cocoa Works staff who served and fell in the Great War. The gates, which are listed Grade 2, were donated by the company in 1955 as a Second World War memorial, and in thanks for the courage and steadfastness of the people of York. The gates are believed to have been manufactured by an English craftsman in the early to mid 18th century. What a great memorial to World War II. Oh, to those that had fallen in World War II. As I say, I'll come back, I think, now I know it's here, when it's not the school holidays, and spend a bit of time in the park. But this video may well have turned into a 2-part video by the time you watch it, because I think it's going to be quite a long one. But I did want to complete as much of the walk as possible, to give you an idea where to go, or if you can't get to York, to give you an idea what it's like. And I know the most successful videos on YouTube are like 7.5 minutes long. Well, what can I say? I'll try my best, but 1 hour and 7 minutes is probably as near as I can get to that. And we are still walking at the side of the river, by the way. Guys, it's just the other side of all this vegetation. Art Hotel. That's nice. Never stayed in York. Never. Not had one night here. Not sure I could afford it now with the price of hotels. Although I did notice the Premier Inns have started to come down a little bit. Immediately after COVID, when everybody was having the holidays over here, the prices got ridiculous. But they're back down to like 40, 50 pound a night now. So back to Skeldergate Bridge. Oh, I think I did say, didn't I? It's Halloween today. A bit of a misery, I know, but it's not really something I get overly excited about. But if it is your thing, I guess this is the place to be on Halloween. Because if there's gonna be ghosts, you can hire that one and stay in it. 3 bedrooms, sleep 6, free parking. Yeah, if ghosts be your thing, this is the place to be on Halloween. Because I always figure if they are a thing, there must be thousands of them roaming the streets here. Nice view of Clifford's Tower there that I've never seen before. Was I right in thinking we didn't go across Skeldergate Bridge? I don't think we did, so we will. But we might come back and walk along this bank. So it looks quite interesting. York suffers from traffic hell. And this, if you remember, was the toll house, the home for the toll keeper and his family, and also the engine room for this section of the bridge that opened. Cafes everywhere. Just going to head off into York, and I'm heading back to the railway station. I'm just going to head into York now and see if I can find something to eat. The coastline here goes to Whitby, Scarborough, Bridlington. It used to go to Malton, Leeds, York, Tadcaster, the Clifford's Tower. I think Sunday morning is going to be the time to come and walk around here. We're back at Ouse Bridge. I thought there was a path down that side, but there isn't. Just a path to Yates's Wine Lodge.
Sit down and see if you get served until
There's a story, isn't there? Millennium Bridge. Hi guys, I'm almost back where I started about 3 hours ago now at the Scarborough Railway Bridge. It's a cracking walk that. If you're ever in York, you want to get away from the madding, far from the madding crowds, give this a whirl. Gonna head into the station, use the loo, see if I can find. Been avoiding coffee, so I didn't need to go to the loo. So I haven't had a coffee yet today, so I'm looking forward to that. Maybe a bite to eat. I hope you have enjoyed the video, or videos if it was too long to make as one. I've thoroughly enjoyed it. It's one I've wanted to do for a while. If you've got any comments on this or any of the other videos or things you'd like to see in future videos, then let me know. But for now, I'm going to say thank you for watching. Is it me, or are these electric bicycles really just a bit too fast? Maybe it's me. But yeah, until the next time, thanks for watching. If you like the video, give it a big thumbs up. Comment down below. And if you like this type of content, do consider subscribing to the channel. But until the next time, I'll say cheerio. Ciao.